Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a necklace and a pair of earrings today using some of the contents of the most recent bargain bead box, the Plumage collection. I just can't seem to leave this box alone, y'all. It's just so pretty I can't stand it. In case you're not familiar, Bargain Bead Box is a monthly subscription of beads and findings. It's $19.49 a month, and that includes shipping in the United States. They have beautiful beads and findings. It's always curated around a different theme each month, and if you're a subscriber to the Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon to use in their sister store, Bead Box Bargains, and you can use it as many times as you want to during the month, and they already have great prices. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa2, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for the subscription if you're interested. The coupon code will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. In here I have the only two that I have left of the 8mm chrysocolla round beads. I used all the rest of them up in that other necklace I made a video on, and then I've made some other pieces that I didn't do on video that I'm going to show y'all in a finished jewelry video. I have two of the 10mm grade A rhinestone pave beads. It was a peacock mix, and I picked out the two dark green ones. I have the spacer beads that came in the box. They're 8mm brass and grade A rhinestone AB spacer beads. In here I have the 8x6mm crystal rondelle beads in Indigo AB. In here I have the 12mm crystal faceted round beads, Teal with rainbow iris. In here I have some of the bead caps that came in the box and some bead caps from my stash. In here I've got some findings. I've got a lobster clasp, some jump rings, two wire guards, 2x2 crimp tubes, a couple of pieces of the chain that came in the box, and a little bit of an extender chain, a ball head pin, and one of the little 6mm beads that came in the box that I'm going to hang off the extender chain as a dangle. I only have maybe 3 or 4 of those left too. In here I've got what I'm going to use for my earrings. I've got 2 of the 12mm beads and 2 of the 8x6mm beads, and some bead caps from my stash, and a couple of head pins and a couple of ear wires, and I've got a couple of pieces of my 22 gauge German style wire that I'm going to use for the earrings here. And I've got these little seed beads that I'm going to use for spacers, just a few of them. I don't have these labeled, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up, and I think they're called like a gray luster or something. I'll put the link for them in the description box below. I have my soft flex beading wire in fine. Of course, you can use whatever bead stringing wire you have. I have my bead stoppers. And I've decided that it'll be easier if I lay my tools out and show them to y'all instead of trying to fumble with them like I usually do. So hold on and I'll lace a few of those out. Okay, from left to right, I've got my chain nose pliers, my tweezer pliers, and my round nose pliers. I've got both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers, and I've got both pairs of my crimping pliers. I use these to crimp with, and I use these, the part at the end there that's got the half circle on each side, to tuck in the burrs after I cut off wire. I've got both pairs of my cutters. I use one pair for bead stringing wire, and I use the other pair for craft wire and head pins and eye pins and things like that. And I have my little New Orleans shot glass to put my wires in when I cut them off. I think that's everything. I'll put links to everything I can find links for in the description box below. So hold on, I'll get some of my beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads poured out now, and I'm going to string this. It's going to be really simple. I'm going to use one of my bead caps, rondelle, another one of my bead caps, an 11-0, one of the bead caps that came in the box, one of the last 2 chrysocolla beads that I have left, another bead cap that came in the box, 11-0, one of my bead caps, rondelle, Another one of my bead caps, an 11-0. One of these dark green pave beads, an 11-0. One of my bead caps, rondelle. Another one of my bead caps, an 11-0. A 12-millimeter bead, spacer bead, 12-millimeter, spacer, 12-millimeter, 11-0. One of my bead caps, rondelle. One of my bead caps, 11-0. 12-millimeter, spacer, 12-millimeter, spacer, 12-millimeter, spacer, 12-millimeter, spacer, 12-millimeter, 11-0. One of my bead caps, rondelle. Another one of my bead caps, $11.0. 12-millimeter spacer, 12-millimeter spacer, 12-millimeter, move my speed stopper and give myself a little more room here. 11-0. My bead caps, rondelle. One of my bead caps, 11-0. My other dark green pave bead, 11-0. One of my spacers, rondelle. Another one of my spacers, 11-0. One of the bead caps that came in the box. My last chrysocolla bead. Another bead cap that came in the box. 11-0. One of my spacers, rondelle, and one of my spacers. So that's what I've got. Now I'm going to get my, get down here where I can see it. Now I'm going to get my crimp tubes and wire guards and I'll crimp it. So hold on. Okay, now I'm going to crimp. I got my crimp tube here. And my wire guard in. Go down the other channel of my wire guardian. Back through my crimp tube. Trying to be careful with my wire and not use too much of it, because this is the last piece of wire I have left, the last that was on my spool, and I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough. So I'm trying to be careful with it, and I'm not giving myself enough wire to do this with, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go now. I hold my wires apart. Keep them from getting crossed. Now I'm going to go in the part of the crimping pliers that has that tooth. I'm going to lay it on top of my crimp tube. Squeeze. That puts each wire in its own little channel there. Now there's 3 circular parts at the top there. I'm going to go in the middle one. That's the one for the 2x2 crimp tubes. I'll lay that in there. Squeeze. Then go down to the next one and squeeze again. Tighten it up. Tug. That's good. So now I'm going to cut my extra wire off. Go down here to this end and hope I have enough wire to do this with. I'm putting my other crimp tube on and my other wire guardian. Go down the other channel of my wire guardian. I have enough wire to do this with, I'm certain I do. I think there's something blocking the hole of my wire guardian. That's what my problem is. Hold on, let me get another wire guardian. I got another wire guardian here. Let's see if it does better. Yeah, that one was just, something was blocking the hole. Now I'm going to go through my crimp tube. And I like to go through a bead or two on this side, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough wire to do it to or not. I keep my wires from being crossed. Okay, I think I got it through there. Let me pull it the rest of the way with my tweezers here. Well, I had it through there. get through that bead cap too. There we go. Okay, now, hopefully my wires are not crossed. I'm not certain because I've had such time with it. Now I want to make sure I don't have any slack in my piece, but I don't want it to be too tight either. If it's too tight, it won't drape well. Now I'm going to go in that part with the tooth again, lay it on my crimp tube, squeeze, and I'm going to go into that second part of the circular part again, squeeze, then go down to the next one, squeeze, tug. That's good. So now, gotta cut off my extra wire, which there's not much of. Okay, now I'm gonna get my findings and put on. So hold on, I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna put my findings on now. I have about 3.5 inch, 3.5 inch pieces of chain here that came in the box, and I have a 6mm jump ring. Open up my jump ring, put one side of my necklace on here, one side of my chain, and drop it. Do my chain first, maybe it'll be easier. Close my jump ring up. Make sure to get it closed up really well. I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring, put this into my chain on, and my lobster clasp. Closed up really well. Now I'm going to take an 8mm jump ring, put it on this side, and this is about 1.5 inches of extender chain here. See if my lobster clasp works. I should have checked that to begin with. Okay, so there's what I got so far. So now I'm going to get my little head pin and my little bead that I'm going to do for a dangle. I'll be back. Okay, I've got a ball head pin here, and I've got my little, one of my very few that I have left, 6mm beads that came in the box. I'm going to take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend over at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers in the crook of the bend, around those pliers facing me, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on tight and take this part up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead. I take my bent chain nose pliers, pull this down here till it's at a right angle with this. I'll take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers, start my wraps. Look at that first wrap really good and tight. Just wrap till there's no more room to wrap. I'm going to take my cutters and cut off my extra wire. I'll take these crimping pliers and go in that part there at the end that has the half circle on each side. And take my wire, the burr that's left where I cut off my wire. I'm going to take the last link of my chain here. Open it up. Drop it. Thread on my little dangle, close my link back up. Okay, so there's my necklace. Now I'm gonna get my things together and make a little pair of earrings. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to take one of my pieces of my German style wire here. It's about a 4-inch piece of wire. Go down about 1.5 inches or so. Bend the wire over at a 90-degree angle over the tool. Put my round nose pliers in the crook of the bend. Round nose pliers facing me. Bend the wire back until it hits the tool. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Take the shorter piece up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the wire. Take my bent chain nose pliers and hold on to my loop. Hold on good and tight. Bring this wire down until it's at a right angle to this wire. And then I'm going to wrap it around about 3 times. And I'm going to take the cutters and cut off my extra wire. I'm going to put on one of my bead caps, my rondelle, and another bead cap. Take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend the wire over at a 90-degree angle, put the round nose pliers in the crook of the bend, round nose pliers facing me, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on tight, take this part up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead. Take my bent chain nose pliers, hold on to my loop, pull this wire down until it's at a right angle to this. Take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers, start to wrap. Make sure to get the first wrap good and tight. Just wrap till there's no more room to wrap. I'm going to take my cutters, cut off my extra wire, take my crimping pliers and tuck in the little burrs that are left. I'm going to take my head pin and I'm going to put my 12mm bead on here. I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to make a simple loop this time. So I'm going to go just a little bit above the bead because I don't want to crack my bead. Bend at a 90-degree angle. Take my cutters, cut off, leaving about a 1/4 of an inch of wire there. Take my round nose pliers, go to the end of the wire, make sure there's no wire sticking out on this side, and start to roll back a loop. Make sure you get the loop closed really well. Okay, now I'm going to take my pliers and open up my loop. Thread on my little link I made here. Close my loop back. Make sure you get it closed back really well. We don't want that link sneaking out of there. I take my ear wire, open it up, thread on my little earring, close it back up. So there's my little earring. So hold on, I'll make the other one off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, there's my necklace and pair of earrings made from the contents of the most recent bargain bead box, the Plumage collection. I really do believe this to be a good value. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the box and you decide you want to be, that coupon code will save you $2 off your first box. I've already made one necklace on video, and this necklace and earrings, and I've made several pieces not on video that I'm going to show y'all in a finished jewelry video. I just want to wait until I get everything that I'm going to make out of the box made before I do it, and I'm certain there's going to be several more pieces that I'm going to make before I'm done. So I really do believe it to be a good value. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.
Thank you.